Ladies.
Ladies.
Not
you
this,
mean you?
this is my name.
All right.
I wouldn't go into a room where a door could be locked with a strange man in any situation.
I would.
We're very different souls.
And I wouldn't let him out.
Ladies, it's your favourite part of the show. Oh, yes. It's the part of the show that
it, pantomime?
a bit hot. I'm reading what they wrote.
Okay.
What is it, Gino?
Return, you illiterate thing.
What am I saying? What? Hang on, what did I miss then?
It's competition time!
If you did your pelvic floors, you might not need any of that.
No, but
Well,
no,
I
I'm
know.
not talking about you. You're in the wrong area of biology of what I'm
Perfect.
I was worried about... I went on the trampoline the other day and I was like, oh, for God's sake.
yeah.
You know, like, it's a real problem.
This is so embarrassing. No, you know when you start a conversation because you think all the other women in the room have got the same problem and then you realise that they don't know what I'm talking
We're not in the same. We're not in the same area.
No. Please, one of you knows what I mean, don't you? But me and Pauline went to a National Youth Theatre ball. First ball we'd ever been invited to, so it was quite a big event. Princess Margaret was there, Elton John was playing Rykuda and that. So we get to the dinner table and there's all these knives and forks and different glasses and everything. The pair of us sat there looking like waiting for everyone else to do it. Anyway, we're smoking all the way through the meal and that we had an ashtray. You was allowed to indoors in those days. So we had an ashtray full of about 10 bags in it by the time. And then all of a sudden someone got up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, you may now smoke."
You're like that.
We did that.
What? Hang on, the director's saying, can you please sit down? You're distracting. You're distracting.
No, of course I would want him to be with somebody, and it would have to be somebody
believe you.
amazing.
You just, I do not believe you, Ruth.
Am I not sounding
Just as well, because
convincing?
me and Eamon have got it planned.
And when we lived in... My dad was based in Germany, we were in the army, and we decided to go in our camper van up into the mountains. It was freezing, and he borrowed these army-issue sleeping bags, which were real feather.
Shed.
And we looked like the hillbillies. We were all covered in bits of feather, but on the Sunday, my dad said, "Do you know what? Instead of you cooking up on the camping gas stone, Joe, my mum, let's go down into town and go for lunch." And in Germany, they kind of get quite dressed up, or did then. Everyone goes to church, dresses up, goes for lunch. Anyway, we turned up at this restaurant. It was a kind of rotisserie chicken, which we hadn't really seen before. Like, oh, that looks nice. And we looked so dreadful, they kind of ushered us to a table in the back. Anyway, the chicken came and it had a sachet, and it had, because we didn't speak German or read it at that point, we'd only just arrived, had a picture of a chicken and a picture of half a lemon. And so we're going, what do we do with this, Mum? And she went, look, just watch me. So she opened it, got the little towelette out and squeezed it on the t-shirt. So we're all following suit. So she did it. She did it with great confidence. We're all doing this. We're going, lovely. It was lovely. We'll go, well, lovely lemon chicken. That's very nice. And then my dad suddenly went, Jane. So we turned round and everyone was wiping their hands.
My partner loves the dog far more than he loves me. The dog is our #1.
He doesn't answer back, the dog, that's why.
Yeah, the dog doesn't answer back. The dog's unconditional love. The dog sits there with his tongue. I know I've lost the battle.
I want to see your new tattoo.
Oh, yeah. No, well, this...
Where is it?
No, it's on my leg, but I can't... I have to take my trousers off. I have to take my trousers off. No, I've got to tell you, I have no underwear on at the moment. No.
I once chatted merrily to Danny Dyer, thinking he was Dave Berry.
Did you call him Dave Berry?
Everything. Chatted about his work, how great I thought he was. Danny Dyer was a gentleman, and he came up afterwards and went, I said, why didn't you stop me when someone pointed out? He said, well, you were on a roll, love. We asked Dan, what does Rylan do when he thinks no one is watching? Does he, A, talk to himself in the mirror, B, stretches his mouth like a cat,
Oh, no.
or C, does steps dance routines?
Oh, I wish... I know... It's that. No, do you know what? It's like a thing of mine that if someone mentions it or says, "What are you doing?" and Dan does that, he goes, "Stop doing that," and then, look, I've got to do it now. It's like a twitch.
My daughter does that.
Look, I can't stop doing it. Don't.
Yeah.
Because my jaws are going, I just want everything stays up.
Is it that?
It's that. It's
Right,
that.
so go on, right.
Well done.
Who would Holly Willoughby rather kiss?
For real.
Right,
She wants to kiss us both at the same time.
Gosh, someone with less intelligence and more fun.
And then came Joe Swash. Well, my sister and I are really close now, but we used to bicker. You know, my dad, and it was always like, no. And then one day, my dad, he tried reverse psychology. He thought, this will sort him out. And we were there bickering. And he said, right, you know what? You want to fight? Let's have a fight. And he pulled all the furniture back. He said, right, come on then, fight. Well, we did. And he had to pull us apart. He thought that we'd go, oh, no, I actually don't want to fight. Well, we were in there. It was like, you know, those Tom and Jerry things where you just see arms and legs.
Oh, no.
And it ended up, I was on top of my sister about to bang her head on the floor.
Old haystacks Langford over there.
They had to pull us apart.
What did your mum think?
Oh, she was going like, yeah, that's clever, Dennis, that worked.
And it's great because it is for the whole family. You can all come along and... What are you laughing at? What? I'm taking it at all.
Not many parents can show their children videos and go, look, there's Nadia as an opal fruit.
But I have a major phobia of crumbs.
Oh,
and
seriously?
It's like genuinely like medically phobic of
No,
crumbs.
what kind of crumbs?
People that makes
Really?
people that eat in bed will never get in my bed. I never forget when I first got with Dan. I can't remember what it is he had. It might have been a biscuit or something like that. And you know, like when you see the videos of like people throw things like a fake spider at a cat and the cat just jumps. That's me.
I love a nice kebab in bed.
Oh!
And
No.
kebab.
No! You know what, of a morning, if I... Right,
This
okay.
kind of crumbs.
Right, that's fine. But do you know, like, if you eat toast of a morning
Yeah,
and
and
you
you
just
get
sat in your
crumbs.
pan, I have to open my legs and eat it like
What
that.
about that?
Doesn't- Right, Kate, I'm telling you now. Oh, don't I do this with my hands?
Feeling in need of a much-needed boots. Boots.
Fear! Never fear! Gino and Paddy are here.
We should have rehearsed this. We have both got a huge offering for you this bank holiday weekend.
Too smutty. All the action takes place down on the farm, Colleen.
Oh, Paddy, I love it. when you get all
That's a big word for you, isn't it? Animalistic.
animalistic for me.
Animalistic. Take a look at the BT. You know what I mean? Here's Eileen from Corrie.
Did that make any sense?
Yeah.